My favorite memory of Songs for Soldiers is when this little scrawny guy approached me and said, "Hey, I've got an idea. I want to have a music fest that benefits the veterans. I want to call it Songs for Soldiers."
I have to say my favorite memory was when you had Bret Michaels, and I'm standing back, we're doing the security and just looking on stage and having Bret Michaels, who I grew up loving Poison and loving his music, singing his songs, and then looking around and seeing that I'm here in Columbia, Illinois, where I work, where my family's grown up, where we live. It was a surreal experience and probably my favorite memory of it.
I think my favorite memory of Songs for Soldiers was within the past few years really seeing how much the audience grew, how much bigger the headliners were getting every year, and how many more people were showing up to Columbia to see the show.
Yeah, and we can feel that on stage for sure, especially, I don't know if it felt like this for you, but when Josh Turner was on stage, oh my gosh, it was like a sea of people. The support has been awesome, and I think that's one of our favorite memories.
I can't believe that Dustin brought a Foo Fighter into Columbia, Illinois. Chris Shiflett played, and I just remember being right up next to the stage, looking up at Chris Shiflett and thinking to myself, this thing is going to be around for a while, and who knows how much good Songs for Soldiers is going to do.
I volunteer with Lynn McAuliffe on the merchandise, and it was hard work, but it was so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again.
So my favorite memories from Songs for Soldiers are just knowing that I have a group of young men in the Boy Scout troop that are willing to come together and do a not so pleasurable job of cleanup, and then to also do an honorable job of posting the colors on stage.
My favorite memory of Songs for Soldiers, outside of the laughter and fun with friends and families, the talented artists that visited, has been able to see the growth over the last 10 years for this organization. The way the community has rallied around to help support the organization and our combat veterans is a memory that will last a lifetime.
I have a lot of good memories of Songs for Soldiers. I think most of them are just kind of in the morning, looking around, seeing the fog on the event before it gets started up. It's always real pretty to me.
Well, my favorite memory is when Bret Michaels came to town. I was very excited to meet him in person, and luckily Dustin let me meet him in person. He told me I was a little crazy with him, but I enjoyed meeting him, and I guess I was a little starstruck.
My favorite memory of Songs for Soldiers was the very first time Dustin asked me to come up and sing when he was still with Where's Charlie? And I sang Old Man for the first time in front of all those people, and not only was it emotionally amazing, it was an absolute treat, an absolute joy. It just made me feel good, made me feel humbled, and it was amazing to be a part of.
In December of 2021, I retired as the safety director at Acme Constructors, and one of the gifts they gave me was a Happy Gilmore check for $5,000 to Songs for Soldiers in my name. Very cool.
My favorite memory is when the first event after COVID, gates are opening, everybody's going crazy trying to get everything set up, and then we walked out there and just saw all the lines of people. Like it was the park was just packed, and it was such an exciting feeling. But it was so great to see everybody come out and just be so happy.